Do you think that Mexico or any country in the CONCACAF is close to have another World Cup?
Firstly, I mean, CONCACAF organized already the World Cups in the past and very well. You know that for 2022, the competition was mainly between USA and Qatar, and finally Qatar won. I definitely think that CONCACAF should have the World Cup in 2026. I mean, it would make sense. It's since '94 there was no World Cup, or there were no World Cup in CONCACAF. I know that. I mean, what has happened these last days is amazing in the US.
Absolutely, the ratings are huge.
Huge. I mean, even Barack Obama, when he's flying on Air Force One, is watching the game. There were thousands of Americans in the different fan fest and also in the US watching the game. Yeah. So again, we know that it's a big market for football. We know that it's the country where the largest number of kids is playing football, but the issue is that at the university level there is no more football and they are more playing the American sports. Mexico is mad about football, and there is a movement in Canada which is very much focusing on the women's football, and they will organize the Women's World Cup next year. But again, I mean, CONCACAF brings a lot to football. So I would be very happy to see a World Cup being organized in the Northern America. Is it in USA? Is it in Mexico? Is it in Canada? Is it in the three countries? Is it, I don't know how. But I mean, football in CONCACAF is really strong.
We really hope that it could happen soon. The good players are making the small difference in the teams.
That's the, I mean, as you said at the beginning, you have the feeling that the level of football is definitely higher than the one we had in 2010.
Absolutely.
That the level of the fight and the level of the wish to score goals is higher than in 2010. But you have also the feeling that some of these individuals, they are making a difference. And that's why I know that Neymar, there are some concern that he was not feeling so good. Neymar is key for the Brazilian team. In the meantime, I mean, when you see France, who lost Ribéry at the last minute, France is a team without a real leader. Maybe Benzema, which is a bit more a leader than the others, but I mean, it's a team which is more as a team, and they went through their game yesterday. So, I mean, the next games are very interesting.
And which do you consider are the 3 key points that the FIFA is working on to improve the football?
It's difficult to say. I think that to improve football, you have to make sure that you develop football. So you work on all these youth programs and make sure that kids are playing football from the first time. That you have to teach them also that football is a school of life, and for them to behave in the right way. I don't think that there is anything you can do at the highest level when you are talking about these teams playing at the World Cup. You are really to work on the education, health, and on all these youth programs. So that's what we are doing. We are spending most of our time making sure that we develop football and we help football growing in the different countries. And still, I mean, we have to work on the USA to make sure that we can help USA also to be even stronger. So it's not just for small or poor countries, it is for all countries around the world.
Well, but thank you so much for the interview. It's a pleasure.
Thanks to you, and see you very soon.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.